Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are putting a goodie but an oldie to rest. We have decided that the plane stack climax is on its way to the shed. We don't currently have any other uses for it. We may use it to break in some new lines and stuff along the way, so I'm not going to say it's going into like permanent retirement or anything, but we are going to park it for now. It's going into storage is what it's going to do. So we will give it one last hoorah. And slide it on down the rail for one last go. It's, I guess while I'm kind of wrapping it up on the climax, I would say it's definitely a strong locomotive. It will definitely pull. It's a little more finicky to drive than a lot of the locomotives. It's a great looking locomotive. I mean, this thing looks like a workhorse, you know? I think if you're a fan of locomotives, this one does it. I guess I've never been a super fan in all realistic, statement. I think this thing goes way too fast. But then too, the only Heisler I've ever seen actually operating in real life is very similar to this thing, and it's I think it's almost identical to it. But obviously it's an old machine and it goes very, very slow. So I guess for me, I have a really hard time seeing this thing going 100 bajillion miles an hour like it is. You know, the RPM on this thing is crazy, at least compared to the climax that I've seen operate in real life. I think that thing was going 4 or 5 miles an hour, and this thing was, it was like ka-chink, ka-chink. It just nowhere near what this thing does in the game. So I don't know, I've always kind of had a hard time with that. I think the sound seems slightly, maybe that, I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen one of them, so that's the only thing I have to go off. I just think this train sounds like it's in hyper mode. So I've always said I would like to see this thing, streamed out a little better. It just seems like it's a bit spastic for what I think it probably really was like. But see, what? Oh shoot! I didn't let it get off the rail. Well, one last dunk on yourself, and there you go. Nothing like a train wreck. Come on. Well, we almost arguably could just turn around. Wonder if we can get you to flip around. Boom. That'll make parking you in the long run easier too. So, okay, that worked out. Well, that's really strange because this is maybe not perfectly flat. I was gonna say this is flat ground, but here we go. Off to the barn. Oh, and I suppose now we gotta run you in reverse. Well, this run is going all kinds of great. Alright, we'll turn that one down. Turn this way down. 25% on this train is enough to pull a house down the road. I thought it run better when you put on you put on 20, what was it? I think it was always like 25% brake or something. And then you can operate this thing a little more normal. Oh, I guess I always saw it. At least then it kind of stays on the track and it does its thing. A little more like the normal trains, but I do, I don't think having 10 or 20% brake on doesn't hurt this train in the slightest sense of the word. And since in the long run we don't actually pay for maintenance, upkeep, and or replacement parts, yeah, what the heck, So, well, it operates different. I know some people have gotten some helpful hints that work well about regulating the, not regulating, I guess, but, well, regulating the regulator, quite frankly. If you, keep the power within respectable limits, and the reverser of this train will treat you just fine. I guess I always wanted to use it on heavy loads, which I'm a little heavier handed with, I guess, and just kind of want to sling it around. And so for me, I did find it a challenge to use for the log train, but then again, that was, 16 cars and one locomotive. I do find the D70 to be a much easier loco to use on that run than this one. So I don't have bad words to say about this thing. I like it a lot. Absolutely love the look of the thing. From the red door to it just looks like a working, piece of equipment. I have always said that about this. This is one of the coolest looking, like, old school. I guess because it just does at least look, it's got its own look. Definitely. Alright, flip view, little dumb view over there. Then this one. That way, that one is good. We're just gonna back her down to the barn. This one was a, we definitely got our use out of it, and I credit this one for at least, giving me the idea that bigger and heavier things were definitely possible. I did decide to, I guess, store the 77 instead of the 7, because this one just has the straight plain Jane pipe or smokestack. The other one is a little cooler, I think, so it's going to stay in operation at least a little longer than this one, and hopefully we get some new locomotives sometime soon. It's kind of been a while since we've had any new locos, so looking forward to the tech tree stuff coming out at some point, though I'm sure that'll still be a ways down the road, so that's not a big rush, but will definitely be pretty cool. I think, I don't know, I'm thinking about using something in this space to do some sort of, like, put one of each locomotive or something. I don't know. I have no idea, I guess. Just a thought. Yeah, now that we roll back the update, as you see, we don't have the extra porter sitting here anymore. No test track to be had. We are just back to the regular standard stable stuff, I have to say. Since I switched back, I again haven't gone through one crash or one hesitation in the slightest sense of the word, so I'm feeling decent about making that decision. And losing the beta, it has made the game go back to fluid play, which is what I'm after anyway. One last little toot of the old horn there, and we're gonna bring this one to a rest. Hopefully. Yeah. Bam. That's nice. Didn't even hit it. Now, will it fit? Oh, that's just about on the money. I can't complain with that parking job one iota. So there you go. It was our second climax. We named it the Mule number 77. Going on vacation, if you will, hitting the old storage barn. And I guess we're gonna wrap this one up nice and short and sweet. That one easy. And say thank you all for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.